all one-plate wonders. I got my eats, I got my salmon. It's a salmon or it's a salmon, no matter what. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Love you too.
You never know when your 15 minutes of fame will come. The following players seized their opportunities and were at the forefront of iconic moments in history just to never be heard from again. Going into Super Bowl 42, the Giants were the final step on the Patriots' undefeated journey. New England appeared to be the most unstoppable team in history of professional sports. Instead, they were thwarted by a special teamer with 54 career catches.
Direct snap to Manning. Back to throw. The rush. Gonna be hit. Gonna be sacked. No, he got out of it. Now he fires downfield.
Yo, Giants fans tell you that this was the best play of all time, by the way. He threw up some bullshit. Now the catch was great. Other than that was some bullshit. Check each. Love me. Oh, love me. Love me. Love me. Oh, baby. Love me. I'm sorry. My voice cracked. I've been yelling all day. Relax. We got a jumper. We got a jumper. Yo, saddle up. Saddle the fuck up. We got a jumper. Get in the car. Say, warm the car up. You don't move. You don't move, okay? Stay right there. Where that's at. You stay the fuck right there. Yeah, we finna come get you. We finna come get you. Yeah, we finna come get you. Bro, I can't eat Buffalo Wild Wings wings, bro. Them shits is basura. Actually, every time I try, like I try them like once every like 2 years. Shits is ass, bro. Yeah, it's beat ups. Yeah, I just can't. I can't fuck with it, bro. Love me.
And it is caught at the 24-yard line.
How did he get away from that?
I have no idea.
I thought he was on the ground, and then he came out of the pile and just slings it. My God. This ball's thrown, and Tyree just goes up for it like a basketball player. Harrison trying to knock it down.
David Tyree was a 6th-round pick in 2003 and earned his Giants roster spot as a contributor in the kicking game. He actually made a Pro Bowl on special teams in 2005, but as a wideout, he caught just 5 passes for 52 yards that entire season. Due to injuries in New York's receiver room in 2007, Tyree rose up the depth chart late in the season.
David Tyree had the worst practice in the history of practices at any level. I've never seen anything like it.
They were hitting off his chest, off his helmet, straight off his hands, to the point of where Antonio Pierce and I started yelling, "Beat him up, ball, beat him up," because the ball was beating him to death that day.
What, I give you a compliment coming out here, now you can't catch a damn thing. David did not have a good day that Friday, let's put it this way.
I remember after practice, I went up to him, I said, "Hey, practice has never been your deal, but you've always shown up for me." He said, "I know." I said, I'm not even worried about it.
Against all odds and discouraging practices, Tyree came up clutch when it mattered most. A player most fans never heard of delivered with arguably the greatest play in Super Bowl history. Post-helmet catch, Tyree's career was essentially over. He sat out all of 2008 with a knee injury, then signed with Baltimore in 2009, didn't start a single game or record a catch. His final touch of an NFL football came on the game's biggest stage.
That's fire, though.
But they hope to get back into this game.
Starback looking deep and throwing deep.
Pass interference.
Touchdown, Dallas.
I guess they didn't call it either.
Jersey Howard fell blunt. Got tangled up with Howard, and the Cowboys aren't out of it yet. Starback 34-yard touchdown pass to Howard, Percy Howard.
Niggas just throw the ball so ass. Nigga said, weak ass throw.
It's 21-17. Roger Staubach just hoping that his defensive unit can get the ball back.
Percy Howard's Super Bowl catch may not be as iconic as David Tyree's, but the story behind it is all the more unlikely. Howard was a former basketball player and was signed by the Cowboys with hopes to eventually develop into a starting receiver. He never did. There certainly weren't expectations of him taking the field in Super Bowl X, but after Mel Blount knocked Golden Richards out of the game, it was Howard's opportunity to make a fool of the Hall of Fame corner.
He and I got into a verbal confrontation out on the field. I felt that I could get open because I had a certain burst of speed. So he said, well, why don't you go tell Roger?
Yo, this nigga had his hand in the dirt. Tell me more about how these receivers are better than fucking Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson. And, bro.
Because I had a certain burst of speed.
This is a receiver in the 80s. This is an NFL wide receiver playing for the Dallas Cowboys in the 80s. Please tell me more about how he's better than Justin Jefferson, Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Terrell Owens. Please tell me how. Please tell me I'm listening. He's in the 3-point stance. Lined up at the X. Fuck out of here, dude. I'm sorry, nigga. Like, what? Bro, get this nigga on my face.
Out on the field. I felt that I could get open because I had a certain burst of speed. So he said, well, why don't you go tell Roger that you can get open on me?
Whatever it was he said, Blount was like laughing, and Howard wasn't.
Sure enough, I went back and I told Roger that I could get open. And Mel came up, his eyes were as big as a clock.
Dallas would go on to lose the game, and Howard never caught a pass again, but he can always
Nigga, Mel Blount tripped. I know you're not gloating about that.
say he torched the steel curtain.
Nigga, he tripped.
For a play.
Nigga had one catch in the whole bowl and he torched him. Nigga, fuck out of here.
Dyson and Bird are deep. Taken by Neal. He gives it to Wycheck. Wycheck, that looked like a forward pass. Taken by Dyson. Dyson down the sideline. Dyson's gonna go all the way. And there is no flag.
It's real close. It's a lot closer when you look at it than we thought, Mike. I agree with you, and Paul as well.
From that angle,
hey,
that looks like it's a lateral.
It's a lateral.
That is amazing.
Because he's in front of the line, and look at this.
That's what I'm saying.
Kevin Dyson sparked Tennessee's run to Super Bowl 34 by scoring on the Music City Miracle. But his career wasn't completely irrelevant outside of his crowning moment. 3 separate seasons with at least 40 receptions, and he had over 800 yards with the Titans in 2001. But there's no doubt that legendary play in the 1999 Wild Card is what he'll always be remembered for. If Dyson finished with 1 more yard that postseason, we wouldn't be showcasing the next one-play wonder.
So it all comes down to this. 6 seconds to play.
All right, guys. Last play of the game.
McNair will work out of the shotgun.
It is caught by Dyson. Can he get in? No, he cannot. Mike Jones made the tackle. And the Rams have won the Super Bowl.
The St. Louis Rams' 1999 season was defined by its offense. The greatest show on turf featured a litany of superstars and lit up scoreboards all year long. But to win the Super Bowl, it came down to the play of an unknown defender.
If this is a defensive back trying to make this tackle, Dyson doesn't go down quite as quickly. Mike Jones deserves an awful lot of credit for being right there on the spot.
There was a movie called The Longest Yard. There is your sequel.
Mike Jones is only remembered for tackling Kevin Dyson on the 1-yard line, but he did carve out a 12-year stint in pro football. No Pro Bowls or individual accolades for the linebacker, but Jones did start every game for St. Louis from 1997 to 2000. He remains an unsung hero for the franchise. Let's call this one a one-drive wonder. 2015 NFC Divisional. Under a minute left, 4th and 20 on your own.
Niggas thought Jeff Janis was a top receiver.
4-yard line. Time for Jeff Janis.
End of the game here if they don't get 20 yards. Here goes Rodgers again, all the way downfield, and it's going to be caught by Janis at the 35-yard line.
Jeff Janis had just 4 career catches coming into this game. With Green Bay's injury-riddled receiving core, it was up to the 7th-round pick out of Saginaw Valley State to save the season.
He resets Starks. They are going to bring pressure again. Rodgers is going to roll away, throws it up in the air, says a prayer, and Janis does it.
Stop it!
Oh, please!
What a catch!
That's insane!
Oh my, that may be one of the great throws ever made. Moving to his left, falling away, and launching a perfect throw.
Not once, but twice? Even though Arizona went on to win in overtime, it's impossible to ignore this series of events. Janis had 101 yards receiving on the drive. After that game, he'd go on to catch 13 more passes, finishing with 1 career regular season touchdown.
Fucking crazy.
Draw to Biner. Ernest Biner. Fumble the ball, and Denver has recovered. Oh, my. Or have they? Let's wait for the official to unpile them.
There's a war going on under that stack.
There it is. Denver's ball at the 2-yard line.
One of the most heartbreaking moments in Cleveland Browns history. Fans everywhere can tell you about Ernest Biner's infamous gaffe, but what gets lost is the player that actually forced the fumble.
Ernest Biner breaks loose, is headed in the end zone. Jeremiah Castile, this little bitty 180-pound maybe cornerback, has a chance to tackle him, but it's right on the goal line, and he knows if he tries to tackle him, he's going to get carried in the end zone. So instead, he goes for the ball. It was a touchdown, and then the ball popped up, and everything changed. All of a sudden, we're going back to the Super Bowl. Amazing play by a guy who really didn't have a remarkable career, but Jeremiah made the play of his life. It was a miracle, except that he did it on purpose.
Jeremiah Castile made the play of his life in the 1987 AFC Championship. It was one of just 3 career forced fumbles. He didn't start a single game for Denver that year, and the 1988 season would be his last.
Damn.
31 years before Adam Vinatieri, there was Jim O'Brien, the original kicker turned Super Bowl hero. But unlike Vinatieri, O'Brien was shaky at best. He made just over 50% of his career attempts.
Damn.
And in Super Bowl V, the Colts had serious doubts about their kicker.
In my recollection, we had played 1 game in our history on artificial turf. So we're now at the practice the day before the game, which is nothing but a walkthrough. O'Brien did not have a good day of practice. He said to me, "I hope they're not counting on me Sunday." I said, "Why?" He said, "I can't kick on this stuff."
As the clock wound down in an ugly 13-13 bout, Baltimore had no other choice, and miraculously, O'Brien delivered. The rookie kicker, originally drafted to play wide receiver, etched his name into NFL lore.
And I'll never forget, when I saw that ball come back tomorrow, my first thought was, thank God we got Tom Good, because the snap was perfect.
The kick is up, it is long enough, it is good! A 32-yard field goal by Jimmy O'Brien. It is good. He nailed that one. It went clear up into the stands. And the Baltimore Colts have won the Super Bowl.
He played his last snaps in 1973 after just 4 seasons. Fast forward 36 years, Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts finally got past the Patriots in the 2006 AFC Championship. The all-time classic came to an end with an unheralded defender making the game's biggest play.
Intercepted! Colts are going to the Super Bowl. Marlon Jackson.
Marlon Jackson roaming free.
And he did sneak a peek.
at the big board.
Backup corner Marlon Jackson was effectively the team's 5th defensive back in 2006. He filled in for Bob Sanders and spent time as the team's nickel. Jackson was never a full-time starter to that point. He rose up the depth chart in 2007, starting the next 23 games at cornerback. After hitting the IR in 2008, Jackson appeared in just 4 more games.
Seattle back in it. Gary Gilliam, a rookie.
How about your reserve offensive tackle sparking one of the craziest comebacks in playoff history? In the 2014
that
NFC
was a nasty
Championship,
fake.
Seattle's Gary Gilliam caught a 19-yard touchdown on a fake field goal. The first points of the game awoke the defending champs from their slumber.
First touchdown throw for Seattle doesn't come from Wilson. It comes from John Ryan. And the Seahawks are in it in the championship game.
Gilliam worked his way up to the starting role in the coming years, but was out of the league after 2018. Maybe he should have made a move for tight end. Who remembers Nate Poole? The undrafted receiver scored just 2 career touchdowns, but one of those broke the hearts of Viking fans in the 2003 season finale. Minnesota was a win away from the NFC North title, and a loss would knock them out of the playoffs. In the game's final moments, Josh McCown threw up a prayer.
Here it is. The season's on the line. 2 receivers left and right. McCown takes the snap. He steps up. He's all by himself. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown! No! The Cardinals have knocked the Vikings out of the playoffs!
Yo.
Remember, the rule in...
Me personally, I like this scoreboard so much better. Like this scoreboard, I love it. I don't know what it is about it, but this nostalgic ass scoreboard, bro. Like this shit.
Snap. He steps up. He's all by himself. Fires into the end zone. Caught!
Did not give this nigga the key to the city.
Touchdown! No! The Cardinals have knocked the Vikings out of the playoffs!
Remember, the rule in 2003 was that a player didn't need 2 feet in bounds if a defender pushed them out of the field of play. Pretty wacky. Poole's second and final touchdown will always be infamous in the state of Minnesota.
Wow! Can you believe it? The Cardinals just upset the Minnesota Vikings.
The Packers win the NFC North. And the Cardinals win it. The Vikings go home. The Packers go to the playoffs.
I've been thinking I want to breathe. Jerome Simpson.
Wide open man. A flick into the end zone by Jerome Simpson. Oh, goodness.
Jerome Simpson broke the internet with an insane front flip into the end zone. He posterized 6'2" linebacker Darrell Washington. At his best, Simpson was a third option in the passing game. He eclipsed 700 yards with Cincinnati in 2011 and Minnesota in 2013. Simpson carved out a respectable career, but it's tough to be remembered for anything else after a play like that.
Very true.
7-3 Tampa. Bucks are set to return the kick with Michael Spurlock. Spurlock past the 20, past the 30. Could it be? Could it be? The great curse has been lifted. There goes Michael Spurlock. And for the first time ever, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have returned a kickoff for a touchdown. Santa Maria.
Run, Michael, run to history. Michael Spurlock, who was a quarterback and a running back at Ole Miss, is a kickoff magician.
The Buccaneers played their inaugural season in 1976. Their first kick return touchdown didn't come until 2007. That doesn't even sound possible. The guy who ended the drought was Michael Spurlock, a journeyman who played for 8 different teams in 8 years as a pro. Less than 50 career catches, but he hung around as a returner. Spurlock finished his career with 5 total touchdowns.
Charles
Bengals in the backfield on 3rd and 5. Castle gets time, throws to the end zone. What a grab by Moeaki for a touchdown!
And now look at the catch. Up with one hand, he's going to rip it in. He's going to grab it, hip down, and then to corral it, pull it in, and hold on to it all the way through the process for a rookie. That is so impressive.
Tony Moeaki put the NFL on notice with one of the best catches you'll ever see. But instead of becoming the next Tony Gonzalez, Moeaki finished his career with just 6 touchdowns. No position in today's NFL has evolved more than kickers. Every week, a new name is blasting a field goal from record distances. Going back to the 1980s, most kickers didn't have the range to make 50-yarders, unless you were Steve Cox. Over 8 NFL seasons, Cox was primarily a punter, but he did have 15 career field goal attempts, including this bomb from 60 yards out.
He's the punter also. 60 yards. He's going to kick it. Here it goes. Good. Just cleared. 60-yard field goal by Steve Cox.
Damn. At the time, it was only the second made field goal from at least 60 yards in NFL history. The other coming from Tom Dempsey's club foot. How did Cox not get more opportunities to kick with that range?
That's in the end zone. Short kick. Dantzler. Bounced off a couple. And still bouncing is Woody Dantzler. Around the corner. And finally stepped out of bounds. No, he hasn't. He hasn't stepped out of bounds. Woody Dantzler.
Would you believe us if we told you this guy was a college quarterback? Woody Dantzler defied physics on this incredible kick return. He was listed as a running back in Dallas, but never received a single touch from scrimmage as a Cowboy. Dantzler lasted just 2 years in the league, making his mark with one incredible highlight.
Over in Viking territory. And Cutler takes a shot for the win. Downfield, it is caught by Aroma-Shadoux. Chicago wins!
Aroma-Shadoux?
Devin Aroma-Shadoux runs right by Antoine Winfield. What a night for Jay Cutler and his young receiving corps.
Bears fans know this one's a deep cut. Devin Aroma-Shadoux was on the receiving end of a clutch overtime touchdown for Chicago in 2009. He spent a pair of seasons with the Bears and went on to score just one more touchdown in his career, coincidentally with Minnesota.
White in motion. Tolzien.
Scott Tolzien!
Look at the moves of Tolzien. Touchdown!
That's Scott Tolzien, nigga. That's not Matt Flynn.
Athleticism by Scott Tolzien. The pump fake. He reverses field and then puts the 360 spin move.
Scott Vick, Lamar Tolzien. Scott Tolzien may have only started 4 career games, but he did give us the most electrifying 6-yard QB run you'll ever see. Maybe a position switch to running back is what he needed to last in the pros.
Gerard steps up. Fires. Mike Sims. Walker. Knocked down.
Oh, he caught it! Oh! Unbelievable! Mike Thomas! Touchdown Jags! Ball game! 50 yards! Whoa!
Thanks to Gus Johnson's iconic call, Mike Sims Walker became the most associated with this Jaguars Hail Mary, but the guy who actually caught the touchdown was Mike Thomas. No, not this one. Jacksonville's Mike Thomas spent his 4-year NFL career as a smaller, twitchy wideout who was best utilized in the short game. 66 catches in 2010, none more exhilarating than this one.
Glover Quinn knocks it down with both hands like a volleyball player, spiking it over the net right into the catch of Mike Thomas. Unbelievable.
This could decide the game.
4th and goal. And they're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws caught. Foles, touchdown.
Nick Foles got a statue in Philadelphia for being on the receiving end of the Philly special, but who threw the pass? That would be none other than career backup tight end Trey Burton. He cashed in after winning the Super Bowl, signing for $32 million with Chicago in 2018. He lasted 3 more seasons in the pros, starting just 21 games for the Bears.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal.
We end with the hero from Super Bowl 49, who in a way defied the odds by not being a true one-play wonder. Undrafted out of West Alabama, nobody outside of Foxborough even heard the name Malcolm Butler before his fateful moment. And once he saved the game for the Patriots, most assumed these were his 15 minutes of fame.
Just an unbelievable turn with a rookie free agent out of West Alabama intercepting the ball on the goal line.
You don't believe that?
Instead, Butler went on to become a Pro Bowl cornerback and yet another unknown talent who developed in Bill Belichick's defense. 84 starts in 7 seasons, but when you hear the name Malcolm Butler, there's only one moment you think of.
Malcolm! Are you kidding me? Hey, what a play! You're unbelievable, man. Way to go.